and right now, an interview.
And I think he's hearing us right here as we stare at him. He's got some of the best hair in the business. And I think he's ready for his close-up. I think he's ready to come on in. Good sir. Good sir. Put that headset on. Pull up a chair. You pop the headset on your head. Look, you even have a water bottle with my face on it staring you right in the face. Look at that. Dan K Show. You got to merchandise everything, okay? Everything's a sale point. You're always trying to sell. Introduce yourself to the folks around #USPHL Nation, please, sir.
Oh, how's it going, USPHL? I'm Dominic DiCicco, the head coach of the San Diego Sabers.
Now, Dom DiCicco, first of all, you're coaching the San Diego Sabers, but you're an East Coast guy. You came from this side of the country here, so you're used to this cold weather. You bring the boys over. Talk about kind of your background. How'd you get into the game coaching here?
How'd I get into the game coaching?
Yeah, how'd you get into it? Yeah, your background.
My playing career was done. Took about 2 years off. Ended a little early due to injuries, and wanted to give back to the game that gave so much and help these kids out. So here we are.
You're with the San Diego Sabers. Not only do you guys have some of the silkiest unis in the world, you're coming off a 4-1 victory there. Got the W. It's a good game. The San Diego Sabers organization, talk to me a little bit about it and kind of, for the folks at home, kind of lay out what makes the San Diego Sabers organization. What's going on out there in San Diego?
Yeah, no, it's second year in the league, so last year was definitely a learning curve coming from the WSHL. My first year with the program. But, after we went down to the Hub City last year, saw a lot of the East Coast teams, Midwest teams, so got a good look at everybody in the league. And, after seeing that, definitely spent some time recruiting this summer, got a couple good guys, dove into the international market a bit, actually took a trip out to Sweden, and got a couple good players here for us. Coming from all over, so team's playing well right now.
And you guys have put together a squad, man. You had a great game against Chicago, just got edged out at the end of that one. You get the win in this one against the Hershey Cubs. It's been a hard-fought weekend for you guys. You've been battling. How are the boys feeling here after this one? Was this the final one of the weekend?
No, we actually have one more tomorrow at
Coming back tomorrow.
8 a.m., I believe it is, yeah.
5 a.m. local time.
Yeah, 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
I
our
hope
time.
the folks in San Diego are ready to wake up.
Yeah, it's a little early for my guys, I think, so we'll see.
The good news is, though, for TV purposes, they're going to get to watch the game and still go to work. They don't got to miss the workday at all. They can wake up at 5 a.m., they get the game in, and they get going. How do you get a team ready for a 5 a.m. puck drop? You know what I mean? How do you get the boys going? What's the plan here?
Definitely preparation tonight. Going to do some video tonight, and then get them to bed early, get them up early tomorrow going.
That's it, man. You just got to wake them up. Lucas, what do you got for Coach DiCicco?
I mean, we've gotten to watch a lot of your games this weekend, and like we say, it's always great to be able to see these teams that are a little farther away from us finally get under one roof.
Yeah.
And I mean, I want to find out what your reaction to this event has been so far. I mean, I know you've got the early start left tomorrow, but just talk about your experience here playing teams you might not have got a chance to play and what it's like being under one roof.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good playing other teams, right? You always play the same, 5, 6, 7 teams, whatever it is, over and over again. You're always looking for somebody new, right? So, it's definitely good to go out and play some teams from the East Coast here. It's a little different feel to the game too, Overall, the event's been awesome. I mean, it's great for the college coaches and everything like that. Great for the guys to play in front of those. But, the league's done a great job putting everything together.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's been fun for us. I know a lot of coaches have had a lot of awesome things to say so far about the event. And I guess my other question for you is have you been, I shouldn't say the word happy, but how have you responded to some of that competition? Talk through the performance that the guys have put out there on the ice against some of the teams you played.
Yeah, I think today was our best game out here so far. Friday we played the Advantage. We beat them, but took a little bit of time off during the game there, let them battle back into it.
Yep.
Yesterday was Buffalo played us hard. I think my guys could have responded a little bit better, but they bounced back today, and that's what's important.
That's it, man, and that's what a showcase is all about,
exactly.
Right? You play 4 games in 3 days. You're always going to have. We always call it showcase energy.
Yeah.
Right. You have a situation like Palm Beach beats Lake Tahoe.
Yep.
Lake Tahoe 4 hours later takes the ice against the rested Metro Jet side and beats them 2-1.
Yeah.
And you look at it. You look at the power rankings and you say, well, that doesn't make sense, right? But it showcased energy. It's the idea that any given night, the target might be on you. You might be the bounce back team. You might be the team that, coming off of a bad loss, a squad comes together and says, we got to give it our all. And if you have that lapse, if you have that moment, you can get snuck up on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I tell my guys all the time, you know, any given day, any team can win, you know, regardless of records or, you know, where you're at in the standings or anything like that. So it's love that jacket, by the way.
Come on, it's Elgato. To tell you what, it matches the hair.
It does.
You got to get yourself one now. Now we got to get the flashiness, man. You're playing down in San Diego. It's San Diego. I believe it's Spanish for good hockey team.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Is that exactly what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
Scholars say the translation's been lost in time, but what hasn't been lost is your ability to kind of bring together this team. You're a younger coach, man, and I always love a coach that I always say closer to the ice. That's how I kind of phrase it, right? A coach is closer to the ice. Like, as the years go on, it doesn't mean you're not a great coach as years go on, but it means that the game changes every couple of years, right?
Sure,
and as we move on, talk about how you use that, kind of how you use your age to your advantage, right? And your kind of understanding of what these gentlemen are not just going through on the ice, but off the ice as growing men here, as people.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, I try and keep a good relationship with my guys. You know, I run an open door policy. You know, if they need to talk about something or anything like that, they're always welcome. You know, it's definitely different, the game, from, you know, even when I played not too long ago versus now. But, you know, the small details, they're the things that stay consistent. You always have to do those. So that's what we harp on.
And that's what it's all about. And, I mean, you look at it there are just some moments, right, where it's nice to have a guy that you feel like, I'm having my trouble as a skater. I'm a forward. I'm a defenseman. I'm a goaltender. I'm having my struggles. But I know I got a guy like yourself who, you know, got a sense of humor, good dude, salt of the earth. And you know what? That's what us guys from the East Coast do. As the folks in San Diego
it's the East Coast way.
Come on, where are you from in the East Coast?
South Jersey, South New Jersey.
Where at in South New Jersey?
Actually, my home rink growing up was where Philadelphia Hockey Club plays out of.
So you're in Hollydale
So
area.
I was at Hollydale. Yeah.
Come on, we're Long Beach Island guys.
Oh,
Long Beach
okay.
Island. Come
all
on.
right, yeah,
They
that's
grew
right.
up-
Long Beach guys, so not too far.
This is what it's
See,
all
the
about.
thing
It's just
is,
South Jersey
everyone-
meets South Jersey. Come on.
Everyone, I have a theory that everyone starts in New Jersey and has just worked their way out from there, because everywhere you go, there's always a Jersey guy somewhere.
Yeah, everywhere. I love it. It's always nice to meet a fellow East Coast guy, especially out there on the West Coast.
All right, so if I were to describe to you, let's talk. We always jump into hockey for a second. If I were to describe to you a log of meat that is made of a pork product and it had a name,
Yep.
and you would put it on like a bagel
With like egg and cheese.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
So I know what you're going to call it as Long Beach Island guys, but down in South Jersey, we call it pork roll.
We call it pork roll too.
Oh, really? I know
North
North Jersey.
Us Long Beach Island, 'cause we're on the same side of the spectrum.
I know, but normally the Northern Jersey guys call it Taylor ham.
We're not
so.
North Jersey and Long Beach
I
Well,
Island.
for me,
Let
you
me
are.
draw
From
you
where
the
I
map.
grew up, you were.
We are South Jersey.
I feel like that is a South Jersey attitude where it's like Long Beach Island, you basically need like a passport to get to. And this is why I fully support first of all, I don't believe in Central New Jersey.
I'm with you.
Here comes the king of the West Coast start time, Mr. Nick Cota, coming through here, coach of the New Hampshire. Every single game has started at 8:30. Keep going.
You either divide into North and South or the 4 system. And I think South Jersey goes all the way up until about Manahawkin at Route 72. And that's the Jersey Shore. That should be its own little section. But I still think it belongs in South Jersey.
Yeah, see, so when I was in high school, we actually we spent about a week in a psychology class splitting the state up in North and South Jersey, 2 separate states. Our cutoff line was Trenton. So if you were
so
Trenton,
that's north of us, right?
you're south. So yeah, I guess that would be north of you guys,
North of us.
right?
We're South Jersey guys. Come on.
Geography, not Mike Strong
Martin
suit.
Truex Jr. was from our hometown. Let's go. But no, we look at this. I mean, it is pork roll, folks. Let me just explain to you for the podcast. It's going to be on Spotify and iTunes, so we've got to make sure all the people
Oh
understand
yeah,
this.
they're not going to understand.
Let
unless
me
they
give
tried
you.
it.
So if you've not eaten pork roll for the folks in San Diego, it's just a roll of pork, and that's what it is. And what it is it was John Taylor, named John Taylor. Okay,
Taylor
so
ham.
John Taylor had a company. He had pigs, and he made ham. Okay, so John Taylor made his ham. So he called it Taylor's Ham, the company. The ham was Taylor's Ham. Taylor's Ham had all this extra meat. What are we going to do? Grind it up, put it into a log, make pork roll, make a roll of it. Sell it as Taylor Ham's pork roll. Next thing you know, this is what we're dealing with.
This is what we're dealing with.
This is what we're dealing with. Now we got to deal with the North people. They're like the North Jersey people saying, "Hey, Taylor Ham."
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's pork roll.
Now, are you hoagie or subs?
This is a tough question for
Yeah,
me because I love Wawa, so I want to say hoagie, but I do call it a submarine.
Oh, so yeah. Well, yeah, because I love Wawa, I've always called it a hoagie.
I now call it hoagies, but
Yeah.
technically I used to call it subs, so I got to
okay.
kind of count myself as a subs guy.
Yeah, I mean, this
This is the most Jersey podcast. Just put this on Jersey things.
Yeah,
That's it.
really. I am, since I grew up in North Jersey, I'm a sub guy
Oh,
before I
okay.
made the move down to
Before
South
you did,
Jersey.
yeah.
So a little bit of cultural indoctrination I still haven't gotten rid of.
Let's get
right.
back into San Diego.
Sure.
Let's do this, okay? I'm a hockey player.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide where to play hockey. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how in the world are you going to sell me on the lifestyle and the climate and the hockey playing atmosphere? How in the world, just try for a second to sell me on San Diego as a place for a young athlete to go further their hockey career?
Yeah, so I mean, first things first, I always start with our rink's 10 minutes from the beach. So you can't beat that.
Yep.
We have plenty of beach workouts, or just go hang out as a team at the beach, barbecue up and stuff like that. Boys love that. Weather-wise, you don't get anything that you deal with here. I know it snowed here in Boston. I'll tell
No
you
snow
what,
in San Diego.
No snow in
Okay,
San
got it.
Diego. I was missing every warm clothing that I could possibly need for up here. But we're trying to build something, build it right. We have a great strength and conditioning coach, Scott at Resilient Strength and Conditioning. He does a great job with the boys. Our rink's been good to us, so we're just looking to build for the future here and help these guys, reach where they want to go.
What is the future? That's the next question. I mean, do you see this is the future for you? I always ask people what a win is, right? Is a win on the ice, is a win a national championship, is a win getting the guy to the next level, is the win, I mean, what is it for you guys at San Diego?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a combination of the things, right? You want to, first and foremost, you want to develop the players. You want to help them get better, right, so that they can move on. And then obviously as an organization, you want to win games and, ultimately try and win a championship. So we got some things in the works, for the upcoming years and stuff like that. Not going to do any spoils or anything like that, but we're happy with where we're going right now.
I like what you're saying, and you look at it. I mean, for the scouts, for the coaches watching, maybe around the rink, hanging out here on a Sunday night at the New England Sports Center. Lucas? Hopefully, there's no ghosts on this podcast. Last time we taped a podcast in this place was with Dan Hodge of the Twin City Thunder. Okay, and I'm with Dan Hodge. No one around. No one anywhere.
We taped it in the corner that Josh Boyd is currently sitting.
Josh Boyd is sitting in a haunted corner of this rink. We taped right where he was, and no one else was here, okay? And I felt cold during the interview. Felt cold. I knew I felt cold. And we were in the car driving home. Lucas is going through the audio, getting ready to post the thing online. And all of a sudden, scream, just randomly in it. We never heard it here at the rink.
But also, because the microphone has directions, you could hear the scream as it moved right across the front of the microphone. So in your ear, it goes from right to left.
So that's weird, and I hope there's no
Spooky.
ghost right here right now.
Spooky.
If they are, we're friendly people.
That's it,
We
and
want
we're on the
friendly ghosts.
podcast.
Yeah,
What-
give us Casper.
Is Dan Cascio going to do ghost hunting now, too?
I don't know if we have the technology for
We've
ghost
got the
hunting.
technology.
Come
I
on.
mean,
You
that's
could get
it.
You can
There's,
get it if you
excuse
need
me,
to.
ladies and gentlemen, someone is walking
Yes,
away
here
with
we
the
go.
trophy.
Look at this guy.
Somebody, and this is what you do. And this is why, so many views on Spotify right now. We got the Rogan treatment. We are able to get the video content now on Spotify and iTunes.
That's because you guys are huge.
And we're huge, and that's a Jersey word right there, huge.
That is.
And you look at this guy, the commish, the only man. There's not one commissioner. You show me Gary Bettman. You show me Rob Manfred. You show me Roger Goodell. You show any of them, go driver off the tee, driver off the deck, putt with the driver from the fringe, and tap in with a driver for birdie on a par 5. Only commissioner I've ever seen do it.
So that's the first time I heard that. I'm guessing that was in Tampa.
That was in Tampa, and this
Yeah.
guy can tear it up on
Really?
the golf course. Absolutely
All right, I'll
scratch.
have to go golfing one time with the commish.
And he even power moved you by putting the trophy that you're competing for right in front
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't
you.
I
touch
know.
that. Let me move
really
that out of your
hope,
way.
Yeah, I'm not touching. I really hope we
Move
don't
that into the middle of your
go on a
screen
cold
here.
streak here. Otherwise,
I'll
I might
touch
be
it.
pretty upset with
I
Bob
didn't have
there.
my gloves. Normally, I handle that with my white gloves. I got to hand it out last year.
Oh,
I got to hand it
yeah,
out.
nice.
It was nice. this year I would imagine that Mr. Commish would hand it out, but I did get to hand it out. It was pretty nice.
Did you have the white gloves last year?
I did not. I should have had the white gloves.
It's a rookie move.
It is a rookie move.
That is a
isn't
rookie
it?
move.
I had a microphone, so I had the microphone in one hand, trophy in the other.
why.
I'm a big ham, so if I'm not talking, I don't make an appearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm the kind of guy that I got to be billed number one.
Right.
I'm always the number one billing. It's that's why it's not the Lucas J show.
That's messed up.
Speaking
Honestly,
of Jersey guys, we got more
totally
Jersey
fine.
guys coming here. He doesn't want this show named after him. He doesn't want that. I mean,
Well, with a jacket like that, I think you have to be the first billing, no?
right meow, yeah, I'd say so. How about you? What do you think?
Now that he's let the cat out of the bag story-wise.
I just let that breathe there. I thought you were going to keep talking.
No, I was gonna let you have it.
See, this is what happens. He lets me just ask all the questions, and then he tells me that I asked all the questions, and I didn't allow him to ask our guest any questions. This is the best thing about this format of podcast, right? You can talk as much as you want. You can kind of have a conversation, and what I want to talk about here is kind of some of the guys on your team, okay? Sure. Let's talk about some guys that might be maybe looking for that next step, looking for that college commitment. I mean, sell the folks at home. Let's get into the salesman role here. Let's kind of talk about some of the guys that you can think of. We always talk about Dan K's highlighter players, right?
All right.
And those are the guys for me.
Right.
That stand out off the score sheet sometimes, right? Yep. The best thing is a broadcaster. When you're calling a game, there are certain guys that you don't need to see the number. You don't need to see the name. The first time you get them, we cover a different team every night.
Yeah.
We're always learning a new roster.
Yep.
It's never the same. We don't get the home broadcaster where we can learn and we can memorize and we can... But there's always that guy.
Always that guy.
And the moment you see him skate by, you go, yep, that's him. Who are those guys on this squad for San Diego? Who am I scouting? Who am I recruiting? Who's coming to my college and making a difference?
So, yeah, I think we got a lot of them, one of the guys that comes to mind is number 16, Mott Lempiainen. He might not always show up on the score sheet, but he's a pest to the other team, that's for sure. That's for sure. So he's definitely one of the guys I put up there. I know he's looking to go to college next year. So, if you're looking for, a little bit more score sheet guys, I'd say, Adam Weedberg and
Weedberg's a monster.
Nelson. Weedberg got a gash in his lip right now, although he's glued up. So
I think I saw that. I think I saw him walking by. He's glued up.
He's glued up, yeah.
You didn't want to go to the staple?
I had nothing to do with that.
Maybe just
I
a
try to
paper clip?
avoid medical things. I don't want that responsibility. But
I have a story that is not safe for where I was. My SID days back a long, long time ago. I am bad with anything medical, and I was the only person on site for a very bad injury. And
Oh, no.
I got through it. And let's just say I looked like the Kool-Aid man by the end of the incident. Everyone was okay, and that was the positive.
So our PA announcer for our home games, he back in the WSHL, he took a trip up with the team to I think it was Seattle.
Yeah.
And one of their guys got cut. He was telling me, and he ended up having to play doctor. They didn't have a trainer on hand, so
no.
He I forget if he said he stitched him or glued him up, but I know he was putting the gloves on and taking care of it. So.
Philip Kuba walking through the building right now. Between he and I, over 100 NHL goals scored, which is pretty exciting for the two of us. I don't know if I had the same success as he had. My NHL days were mostly just me running across rinks until they would kick me out of the arena.
Well, it's about being a team, right? It's not always
It is about being a team.
individual.
Yeah, and that's what he was all about. You know what I mean? I would always say, "You're my D partner," and he'd say, "No, there is someone here that's in a uniform. You're just running across the ice. Get out of here." And I'd go, "All right, see you later."
Well, Coach, I actually do have an interesting question for you, because I think one of the things that we've gotten a chance to do is learn, as we say, learn a little bit more about some of these squads. But sometimes it does get a little regional, with USPHL Nation being completely coast to coast at this point, right? You get all the way up to Maine, all the way down to Florida, all the way out to California.
Yep.
How would you describe your team's style? Every team's got a style. Every region seemingly has a style. What would you consider your team's sort of style to be, and how does that compare with the rest of your division?
Yeah, so I think in our division, it's I'd say it's a little bit more physical than it is out here, at least in this New England area. From what I've seen
Patrick
so far,
Ramsdale going out by this guy, 12 games broadcast. 12 games broadcast.
Look at that.
Or
Champion.
11, 10, 12, how many was it? 11 games broadcast in basically 2 days.
Champion right there.
Still has a voice.
I was going to say, how
does
does he even have a voice? I've done 3 games, and I'm losing my voice.
Hey, Patrick, safe travels. I sent you that email. Make sure you give it back to me. Yeah, that's how we got to make sure we get compensated for all of our work when we do 11 games in 2 days.
Oh, I thought you were doing it for free.
Oh, everything I do is for free. That's it. I am the worst negotiator of all time. I just negotiated for meals. That's it. As long as
there you
I'm
go.
fed,
As
I'm
long as
okay.
you're fed. I mean,
I
that's
just sleep under the rinks. here at the
Typical
New England
guy,
Sports
right?
Center.
As long as you feed us, we're good.
Oh, 100%. You know what I mean? You give me a steak, you give me some eggs.
Then he
I'm
never
good
has
to go.
time to eat, so it's kind of a
So it's he's
catch-22.
Messing that is bad negotiating on his part.
Sorry about that,
But
Coach. Just want to say bye there.
Yeah, no. To answer your question, Lucas, I think I definitely do think it is a little bit more physical on the West Coast there. So if I had to describe our game, I'd say we grind it out. Each and every game. That's what like I said earlier. I want our guys to pay attention to the details because they're the ones that matter and going to help get them to that next level. So.
Yeah, I mean it is. I think that's what we've seen today, right? And when we saw it for a number of teams, it's a lot of skill for sure. But once that first hit happens, it starts to kind of grow a little bit, and I love that. I love the physical. I love the physicality. I love how hard you guys play the game. I can't wait to see more hockey involving the Sabers. I can't wait to see more of the Pacific Division.
You guys got to take a trip out
there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get out there. I mean, again.
Come out to San Diego.
Sure, I'll come out to San Diego. My sister
we'll
lives
twist
in the
your
area.
arm.
I got to come visit my sister.
We'll go.
Come out there. I already got a place to stay. Lucas and I will stay with her.
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll come out and call the game. She's in, where's she at? Oh, man, I forgot. Oceanside.
Oh, that's literally right next to our.
She's
our
in
restaurant.
Oceanside.
Well, there we
That's
go.
literally the next town over.
That's what, I think she said that. I think she said I'm like 5 minutes from the San
Yeah.
Diego Sabers.
Yeah.
I said, well, now I guess I got to come
Well, how
visit.
come I haven't seen her at any games? That's what I want.
Now I got to get her there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
I'm gonna
get her
send her
out.
out. We got to get the people into the crowd. Let's sell some tickets. I will tell you what. We got to get this to happen because we talked about it. We haven't gotten out to the Mountain or Pacific yet. You guys come into the league and then all this craziness goes on. It's impossible to travel out, and we got to we talked to Kevin McCloskey about getting out to Utah, getting out to the mountains, talking about Pueblo. Do you see what the Pueblo Bulls do at their home games?
No, I don't think
They got a live bull. They bring a live bull out. They have asked me if I would ride the bull into the
Are you
ring.
gonna do it?
Why not? I mean, how many times are you going to get a chance to ride a bull in the
Yeah,
ring?
I mean that's a fair point.
I mean, I look at the way I dress. I could pop out of a barrel right now and scare.
Yeah,
a bull.
I wouldn't wear that if you're going.
They're
around
probably
the
going to
bull.
come after
Yeah,
me.
the bull might come
bull
after.
might think
yeah.
that is.
He will be mic'd up for that as well.
Yeah.
I will make
I
that
hope
happen.
so. Yeah.
That's
Thank
probably a
you.
good
I want to
idea.
hear that.
Just riding the bull onto the rink. So what we'll do, we'll ride the bull in the rink, and then let's keep riding the bull until we get to San Diego.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
Probably the best way to do it.
There has been a lot of talk in the last couple of years about riding a moose up to Maine to visit the Twin City Thunder.
Yes.
Now he's talking about hopping on top of a bull to go out to the mountains.
I am.
I feel like as travel director, Dan Kay does not have our best interests at heart, forcing us to use these large animals to get around.
He still picks on me. I'm the travel director, so we have our barnstorming tours, we call them, okay? So we try to go for the business. We negotiate deals with everybody, and we go and we do games in chunks. So I scheduled this very reasonable trip.
Right.
Okay, we started in South Jersey. Okay, we drove up to the New England Sports Center.
Okay.
That was a Tuesday. Drove back down for Wednesday to Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Thursday game in the mountains of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Seems fair.
Where do you think we would go next? Via car for a Friday night broadcast.
Utica, maybe?
Tampa Bay, Florida.
Okay, you're doing an awful job.
So we went via car to Tampa Bay, Florida. Then
Wait, you
we
took
went,
a car to Tampa?
Yes. Then we went to Fort Myers, Florida. Then we went to Estero, Florida.
And where'd you go from there?
Where'd you go next? Where do you think we go next? You're in
I'm going
Estero,
to guess
Florida.
you went up to Maine or something at this point.
We went to Louisville, Kentucky, obviously. We called the game in
Had some
Louisville
wings.
for the Louisville Cardinals. We ate some wings.
Ate
We
some
played
wings.
some golf. And then obviously we went to Detroit, Michigan.
Why not? Makes sense.
And then back to Jersey.
I think you have to do a better job of planning that out next time. I'm going to be honest with you, Dan.
Lucas called it the worst planned road trip. Bessie
Yeah.
Lampin. This kid is absolutely filthy. You
Yeah,
want to talk about
he's a good little player.
Want to talk about a Finland product who can finish the
Oh,
puck
I see
into
what
the
you did
back
there.
of the net? Come on. Boom. I could retire on that one.
Yeah. That was,
He
I see
lights
what
the
you did
lampin,
there.
I always
yeah.
say. I always say Bessie lights the lampin when he scores.
I don't know. That's bad.
He just got called up.
Bad,
he's gonna get 10 days with the NCDC side
That's
of
what
the
I
Northern
heard.
Cyclones.
That's
How
what I
exciting
heard.
is
Yeah,
that?
that's awesome for
That's
him.
exciting news. So, Coach, we're getting towards the end here. I think, Lucas, we're hitting time. Lucas always keeps me honest on my time.
Okay.
So before we get there, though, I want to ask you the question I ask everybody to kind of start getting to the wrap of this, and then you'll have your parting words. But before that,
All right.
I'm a parent, I'm a player, I'm looking for my next place to play. We've talked about the area and why to go to the area.
Yep.
Now the organization itself, why do I call the San Diego Sabers? Why do I don the Saber emblem on my chest next year?
I mean, I think, like I said earlier, we got some good things going. We got a lot of great sponsors. I mean, our guys get fed a meal every day of the week, between strength and conditioning and practice. So, we like to put the players first here at the Sabers and their development, and, we try to do what we can to help them get there.
This guy's so
Keep
good.
it simple.
I mean,
This guy's so good.
the only thing I have to add here is a perspective of getting to be on the bench a little bit. We obviously
That's
down there with you a little bit and getting to meet these guys, and I think one of the things that struck me, Coach, was how